everybody? Welcome to another episode of Keys to Success. This is episode 22. I call this Persevere Through the Hard Times. So when you're going after success at something, you got to remember there's whys in the road that you have to travel each and every time. And so when it comes down to achieving success, you know, there's going to be periods of time where you have to suffer and pay your dues, which is another topic I want to talk about later on, paying your dues. But right now I'm talking about perseverance. So you have to actually dedicate, you should dedicate yourself to, your craft. But one of the things that's going to occur is you're going to have to persevere through the hard times. And so when you do that, it's going to require a lot of mental toughness. You have to be able to stay mentally tough throughout the whole whole process. Went through the hard times. It's very important to understand that pain will subside eventually. If you keep going and you don't quit, and you keep going and keep putting the effort, eventually you will make it. You may make it to your destination. You may even surpass your destination. You may make it to a level of success you never thought possible just by actually putting in your time and continuously putting in effort over and over and over again. And so what that says is that you got to do it. You have to continue to persevere. Perseverance is a very powerful thing, and you must always stick to the grind. The grind never fails. It never does. And so there's gonna be hard times. Hard times is how you deal with the hard times is gonna be the dictator of whether or not you will succeed or you will live in forever regret. The goal is to never live in regret. There's the idea of, I like to call it cry now, laugh later, and then some people have the idea of laugh now, cry later. When you look at somebody who's in their late 30s or 40s or 50s, and they went through the pain that they went through in their teens and 20s and maybe early 30s to get to where they're at, to be a highly successful individual, versus somebody who's in their teens and 20s and maybe early 30s who feel like they didn't want to endure the pain. They just wanted to have the cake now, eat it too. Remember, that cake is going to disappear. And so it's very important to actually thrive, to have a cry now, laugh later mindset, to get the last laugh. The last laugh always wins. And so, and that's a metaphor to say that it's always best to persevere through the hard times and look at the future, because the future is where it's going to be, is where it's at. Not in the present, but the future. When you look at the future of where you're trying to go and you reach a level of success, it may take 10 years before that happens. But at the end of the day, it's very important to stick to the grind and persevere through the hard times. Hard times will pass. They will pass. I guarantee you that. The hard times will pass. But if you quit, they will stay for the rest of your life. So with all that said, hope each and everyone enjoyed this episode of Keys to Success. It's episode 22. Persevere through the hard times. Tune in next week for next week. I got another episode coming soon. Hope each and every one of you enjoy. Thank you.